Hi, my name is Kelly Hood, and I'm a cybersecurity engineer at Optic Cyber Solutions. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the current cybersecurity requirements for anyone with DoD contracts, and these are governed by the DFARS, or the Defense Federal Acquisition Regulation Supplement. So here I have a few specific callouts, and we'll walk through those on the next few slides. So I think a lot of people often overlook that there are requirements already in place today. We have a lot of conversations about CMMC. Everybody's talking about it. When is rulemaking going to come out? When are these requirements going to be real? But honestly, we already have requirements that are real today, and that's in NIST SP 800-171. As we can see here from DFARS 252-204-7008, compliance with safeguarding covered defense information controls. Here we can see that it's specifically calling out that the offerer, so any company, will represent that they implement security requirements specified by 800-171 that are in effect at the time of the solicitation. So anybody that's submitting contracts or applying or looking to submit proposals to the government to do work already is saying that they're implementing the 171 controls today. And one note here is that the version that is in effect at the time the solicitation is issued. So again, there was a recent release of 171 Rev 3 that's in draft form, but until that's final, we're still looking at Rev 2. So for anybody with current contracts, we definitely need to make sure that the 171 Rev 2 controls are in place today, regardless of what happens with CMMC. So next, I wanted to take a look at the requirement 252-204-7012, and this is about safeguarding covered defense information and cyber incident reporting. So this is another one that is already in the DFARS today, saying that covered contractor information system shall be subject to the security requirements in, again, 800-171 in effect at the time of the solicitation is issued. So here again, they're reiterating, we need to have these 171 controls in place today, knowing that a lot of the CMMC controls are built on these is great, and we'll see when that rulemaking comes out, but there's already the requirement here, and that also includes some cyber incident reporting. So that's another thing that I think doesn't get mentioned a whole lot, but that we need to have the 171 controls already implemented today if we have those contracts, and that we are reporting any incidents that are occurring. And then the final one that I wanted to call out here at the bottom is DFARS 252-204-7019, the Notice of NIST SP 800-171 DoD assessment requirements. And this is where the SPRS program gets pulled in. So if you've heard this acronym, SPRS or SPRS as different people call it, this is saying that we need to go in, and the offerer or the company again is verifying their level scores of NIST SP 800-171 DoD assessment. So not only are you attesting that you have those controls in place, but we're putting a little more behind it. And now we need to make sure that we're submitting our assessment, our results of the assessment, through this supplier performance risk system, or the SPRS. So this is a web portal, and I have another slide here with some more information on this, but we also have a whole other video on our YouTube channel if you want to go check that out, about how to submit the information through this portal with a template that's provided by Optic. We have a way that we have just to fill out this template. It makes the process a little bit easier, so please check that out, and I'll have a link in the comments and at the end of the video as well. But here I wanted to pull in a little bit more on this program, that it's a web portal, and we have the link here, but it requires you to fill out the worksheet that is based on the 171 controls, saying what controls you have in place and to score yourself on that. Now, right now, we're really mostly just looking for companies to attest to that, to do a self-attestation and have an executive within their organization sign off on it. The maximum score is 110 points based on the 110 controls in 171 Rev 2, and then points are deducted based on things that are incomplete or unimplemented. And so the worksheet that we have helps you calculate that number a little easier. But one of the keys I also wanted to highlight here is you must have an SSP. That is a non-starter for this worksheet and for uploading to the SPRS portal is that they want you, if you don't have an SSP, then your score, it won't even allow you to submit that. Your score doesn't count because you don't have an SSP. But once you have that SSP and you can fill that out, you can calculate your score and see where you stack up, which leads to the question of what is an appropriate score? And that's a great question. But that's actually up to the contracting officers to determine what an appropriate score is for you. And that will be different based on varying contracts. So there's not one answer, but you'll have to work with your contracting officer to see what is appropriate, and they'll be able to make that determination on what your score needs to be and if what you're doing is sufficient. So that wraps up our quick overview. I just wanted to run through again the current cybersecurity requirements for DoD as we're all waiting for rulemaking on CMMC to come out. I wanted to highlight that there are requirements we already need to be doing today. And I hope this overview was helpful and provided a little bit of clarity on what all of these different acronyms mean and how everything plays together. So thanks for watching this overview. I hope this was helpful. I've included a few resources here that I mentioned throughout the discussion from the resources that Optic provides with our 171 template to help you capture some of the things that your organization is currently doing against these controls. The SPRS scoring worksheet to help you capture your score and then ultimately submit to the SPRS portal, which is also listed here so you know exactly how to get to that. And then also I've included links to NIST SP 171. So please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We'd love to hear from you, and we're always here to help if you need additional support. Thanks. We hope you found this video helpful. Optic Cyber Solutions strives to help organizations identify and address their blind spots through our assessment, implementation, and advising services. For more information on Optic Cyber Solutions and our services, please reach out at info@opticcyber.com or check out our website at opticcyber.com. Thanks.